I could have gotten back down here the same way. Nothing was preventing me from coming back down the ladders. Just okay, so my guess is that that puzzle was not originally something you could solve on your own. You had to have somebody sitting on this pillar that you raise up to get them to come here, and then they would be able to touch it, and then you'd have to come down here and open the door so that whoever helped you get up there could then walk up these stairs to go touch it. That's my guess there. Because otherwise everyone can just walk up those ladders now. So I'm guessing that originally that pillar did have a cutoff there, and the only way to solve this, like I said, was to jack somebody else up there. And this is now so other players can go touch that cloth. That's the only thing that makes sense for that design-wise. But now I'm stuck in here, so take me away, magic. Alright, lever. Next bit leads to the illuminated panel from the gallery. What? Climb the ladders, discover the 6th cloth, go down the stairs to your left, and open the door. Next bit needs the illuminated panel from the gallery. In the panel, the 4 counterweights were colored red, green, and blue. Okay, so we're at that point now. The 4 counterweights were colored red, white, green, blue. There were 12 colored images round the outside. 3 for each counterweight, and each one with a corresponding number. Right, 2, 3, 4. Yes, I wrote all those down. Okay. The missing numbers were 1, 4, 1, 2. Okay. So you have to do what was missing. God, that's obscure. What the fuck? I kind of figured this had something to do with the counterweight thing, but then the levers just made that seem not true at all. Okay, so missing from here is 1. Missing from here is 4. So there must be a ladder on the other side then. Four. So this has to be... You'd have to have somebody up there or go up there yourself to observe and just be able to look all the way around. Okay, if missing from this one was 1. And then missing from the last one was 2. I guess now the stairs make sense because this is breaking the puzzle. that is some mind-bendy bullshit to determine that okay, I need to figure out what's missing from here. Realistically, though, you could probably solve the first puzzle just as easily by raising this one up and raising number 4 up and then running and jumping, because you could probably jump past those. Excuse me. You could probably skip one. If there are in fact ladders that go all the way up. Thrilling gameplay. Absolutely stunning. Ladder Simulator 2003. Jesus. All the crazy technology they've got there, and they couldn't have put an elevator instead of a ladder? Yeah, I guess. Extend the game content out somehow. Okay. Every time I press these blue buttons, it resets things, but I don't think I'm coming back here, so... No, 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 don't do that. I got off that just in time. Yeah. So that's exactly what these things are. They are puzzle resets. Presumably so that you can reset it so other people have to solve the puzzle the same way, because I can't imagine why you'd want to do this. That has to be what that's all about. Oh boy. Ooh, do I? See, now the thing about me resetting all those puzzles is that if I do something stupid, and I have to link back in here, I've got to solve those puzzles again. Not the best thing I could be doing for myself. See, that definitely looks like I need to jump down there. At some point. Probably have to solve a puzzle in there first, but it looks like I gotta jump down there at some point. Or walk on the cable? Health and safety right here. OSHA would be proud. So you either take a leap of faith and hope you can make it, or walk down this cable. Okay, okay, now this makes more sense. I did write down 8 symbols from here. And it looks like these rotate various wheels. I think I'm gonna walk. These are kind of narrow. I don't want to be falling off. So the panel, I'm guessing, corresponds to this. Thing is, though, I wrote down 8 symbols, and it looks like there's only 6 wheels. There is some cable walking. Fantastic. Fan-damn-tastic. This doesn't even look like I'm supposed to be able to get here in the first place. Look at this gate. Look at the condition of this gate. Those symbols just look immovable, but okay. That's got to be the only way down there. Okay, well, I guess we just start pushing buttons and see what happens. So this is one. Why'd you back me out? I turn that off and it does not turn back on. Okay. So why is that one? Okay, these ones start with the mushrooms. Again, I must have missed something because I'm not seeing all the symbols that I wrote down. That has the symbol for one on it. None of these other things touch a symbol like that. And there was that one picture that I wrote down has a square, square, and a circle, but that was something entirely different. Those 8 symbols that I wrote down have never popped up so far in a recognizable form. I mean, I recognize some of the symbols I wrote down, but then I also have ones that don't match up. All right. Clue time. Look at the panel. You see 6 buttons and 24 icons matching those you saw in the gallery. Your first task is to work out the order that you need to press the buttons. Okay. It is those things. That's to solve the puzzle. Kadish Talesa, recall the spinning prisms in the puzzle room. So I need to look for. Yeah, I wish this picture was a little bit bigger. So there's three possibilities for each of those prisms that were in there. I need to hit them in an order. But what order? If you look at the four icons associated with each button, you'll see that they match those in the puzzle room. For each button, work out which icons are present and list the numbers that match those icons. 3, 4, 6 buttons. Oh, this is another find out which is the missing one. You can see the panel that you have already pressed button 1, so eliminate all the 1s from the list. You can eliminate the 5 button since we know that this is also the first button. Oh my god. That is, wow. Wow. Okay, so I don't know. I don't know if this is actually going to show up. Is this showing up on? No, it isn't. I'm going to try and show how they arrive at this puzzle. Okay, so back in the puzzle room, there were those pillars, right, that had the spinning prisms on top of it. Okay, so you are supposed to write down every possible symbol corresponding to each of those numbers. Then you are supposed to look through them and determine which symbols on the board here. Let's look here. I need to push all the buttons again so it resets the puzzle. Reset the puzzle there. Okay. So then you're supposed to look and see which buttons are missing again. Okay. When you've got all of those written down, you then start a process of elimination to determine, because there's going to be multiple numbers missing for each of those buttons. You then determine that, okay, we know this is number 1, but it also happens to have number 5 missing, or a number from the pillar that would have been on number 5. One of these symbols, it is not on pillar number 5, nor is it on number 1. So basically, you would determine that this has missing number 1 or number 5. So it could be either the first button you press or the 5th button you press. But since we know it's got number 1, you know that's the 5th button. Or the first button, excuse me. So knowing that, you then go through the others and you cross off the fact that they could be 1. So like number 2 is also missing something from pillar 1, number 3 is also missing from pillar 1, except that we know we've already got number 1, so these can't be number 1, right? That's the kind of logic here. Likewise, this has, like I said, it was missing from pillar 1 and pillar 5, but we know it was number 1, so it also can't be number 5, which means that number 5 is number 5. Which then opens up the possibility that there's a button for 6, that there's a button... Oh, like, that's the logic that you're supposed to use to whittle down what the actual sequence is at the end of this. That's how you determine the number. Holy crap. Okay, well, anyway, the proper sequence is 1, 5, 2, 3, 4, and 6. What the hell? I mean, on the one hand, applaud the puzzle makers for trying to make a puzzle. That is definitely a puzzle. But that is some Mensa level bullshit. What the hell? I mean, maybe I'm just dumb, but I feel like these puzzles are definitely in such a way that you were not meant to solve it yourself. Like they're meant to be extra hard because you're meant to do it as a group and kind of group think, okay, so do I need to go in here to finish this or am I supposed to go down those cables? I want to lock myself in this room and then have to do this again. There's a linking book there. What's down those cables? What do I gain by going down there? Is it even open right now? It's a one-way trip by the look of it. If I jump off, I have to do this again either way. Let me look at this. The door opens, go inside, note the skin. Okay, climb the crates, journey cloth, leave the treasure trove, make your way back down to the button panel, face the exit, or the far exit, jump down onto the pipe and make your way. Okay, okay. But there's a linking book in here. Alright, well, let's see it, and there's a door. I don't want to close the door. I'm going to stop closing doors behind me because that's not helpful. Message. Could he ever realize such failure? What kind of end is this? Impossible unless something. That is in Dunny, and I cannot read Dunny. There was supposed to be a linking cloth in here. Hold on a minute. Alright. Through the door, go inside, note the skeleton, climb the crates to lead. Okay. So where is the thing? Oh, probably. Okay, there it is. Probably. Um, Fortunately, the Dunny alphabet, god damn it, has been written down since like the second game, so I could find that easily and then do it. But then again, I could also just look at what it says in the walkthrough. So, as much as I'd like to be a translator today, okay, this is not the correct way to jump up there, I guess. Where's this? Okay, stop with that. So you really don't leap unless you're running. That is really goddamn annoying. Would it be easier this way? Definitely not. Definitely not. Okay. How wonderful that they decide to give you jumping physics that you actually have to pay attention to the distance. Fuck! How the goddamn hell do you get up there? And by the way, this looks like a stash that Cirrus would have. That's probably what this poor bastard had to do. He was trying desperately to get that stupid thing and then just died in here. There, god damn. Alright. We got all of them. Now, as tempted as I am to link to that, I don't want to come back in here. I can't. Where even is that anyway? I really want to touch it, but that's not the way out. Apparently. Okay, we better walk it. Okay, so we need to find this. Oh, I'm gonna be so mad if I fall off. Naturally, this was the only way that they could have decided to have you come here. I feel like I should have gone into that book. I wonder if I could have come back out. I didn't want to risk it, though.
Your journey has begun. You can't imagine how these small things affect the future, but someday you will. You will return. Many paths have brought me to this place. The path of my great-grandmother, bringer of destruction. The path of my grandfather, the rebuilder of pride. The path of my mother, writer of dreams. And of my father, my dear father, the caretaker of burdens. And I knew that at the end of such great paths must lay a great purpose. I returned to the cleft to find it. The cleft. The fissure in the desert, the wound in the earth, the path to things beneath the surface. It was there I sought to find my purpose. It was from there I came to know the dead underground city of Denis. These Denis people who are now gone came thousands of years ago to the shelter of the cavern to return to leastness. They found solace in their smallness in the dark. And so did I. But light is powerful in the darkness. The bones of Guildmaster Kadish speak louder than words. His bones are the bones of Denis. He clung to the teachings of good King Nagin, who required good citizens to cling to their treasure. This Kadish you have seen would not give back, would not return, would not let go. He had long been one of the wealthiest of the Denis, owning more than he could possibly make use of. He built ages to protect the extra, and when the fall came, he clung to his possessions over all else. And so you see only death in his vault. Extravagant death. It is an image of Denis. And now to these pillars. These 4 pillars around you are the very being of the Bahro. You must take them. They will bring a great treasure to Relto, your age, the island in the clouds. Relto will be their keeper for only a brief time.
Okay. Now, take the pillars. I'm supposed to just haul my ass around with these things, or what? I feel like I could jump this. I feel like I could jump each of these and cheat. Maybe. But I'm imagining they also say the same thing. I also kind of want to jump into that. Because that's the rift. Can I go back home? Is that symbol on the floor everywhere? No, it just seems to be here. I guess I touched the handprint, but yeah, it doesn't seem like I can touch this. So I'm assuming it activates it back in Relto. Oh! Jesus. Okay. That was a disorienting transition. For a minute there I thought I was looking at someone else. That is me, and it sank the pillar into the ground. Do I have to do this for all of them? Nope. Okay. We completed an age. Definitely not on my own. Okay. So that kind of implies then that the rest of these are solvable right now without me having to go into all of them. But holy crap. Yep, yep. So these other two that I have gone into, obviously I did not get far enough to solve them, so that's why I don't have a pillar for them. But this one I definitely did. Unfortunately, it also means I can't go back in, so we'll never know what that book led to. It was in that chamber. Which is a little disappointing, a little upsetting. But I imagine it just brought me back to like the beginning of some area that I would then have to re-enter, and because I'd closed all those puzzles behind me, I didn't feel like doing that. But in future, I will endeavor not to do that, so that just in case there is something that I can pick up on, maybe that'll give me something. Clearly it's not necessary unless it's like a hidden secret thing that I missed out on. Because every time we go through a linking book or hit some connection, something new appears. Oh, this was already available. Oh, yes, yes, yes. See, because so this would have allowed me to go right back to that room. See, this is the one that had the pillars in it and the hints. Yeah. So that this was the book that was in that last room, which doesn't make a hell of a lot of sense to me, because all this information is what we would have needed to unlock the puzzle to get into this chamber in the first place. So why would we ever want to come back to this area? You know? Like, what other information is in here that we will need for other puzzles? Let's go. Let's go look real quick. I wish it wouldn't keep putting me in third-person view. Yeah, like, all this information. Well, so like this. We didn't come across... Well, but look, there's the 6 dots. But how are we supposed to... And because of this symbol, it seems to imply it is only pertinent to this age. But, like, what are these? I never used those. So, maybe we do have to come back here? Maybe there is some more obscure something? So we can actually get back into the age, because now this will take me back into that chamber. So we can return to this age. But we just have to go the circuitous way. And this thing has not opened. I don't know if it ever will. I think it's probably just blocking it off to make it look like it can go somewhere. It'd be interesting if this did connect to Dunny. If this was there. But yeah, aside from extra symbols and stuff like that you might have to know coming in, and this like this was misleading because I didn't use half these symbols in any of those puzzles. Yeah, I don't know. This was so weird. Let me see though. Yeah, so it takes me right back here. I wonder if it resets all these puzzles. Looks like it, yes. God, that's annoying. Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. I guess maybe if the worlds are persistent, then it allows you to come back and maybe help somebody. So like if somebody new has come to this age, all the puzzles have been reset, whatnot, it's a way for you to sneak back in so that you can help them, because otherwise you couldn't directly go back here? That's the only thing I can think. Anyway, I've had enough for today. I'm sure you have too. Holy crap. This is, I kind of want to put my shirt back on, my chosen shirt, because right now I'm wearing the one that I picked up, but I'm sure we'll have opportunities to pick up even more. So there's almost no point in changing. Yeah, you know what, we'll go with that. Still wearing these glasses. But, I mean, man. And this the bookshelf, look at this. All of these presumably unlock with something. I can only assume we fill up the bookcase. There's a lot of major missing, and that's the other thing, like, did I pick up all the things I'm missing? Okay, that's that salt place that we never... I still have to go back and find a way to drain that. This leads me to the beginning of that place. And this damn thing that I couldn't figure out with the platforms, and just completely... Because this was the age that I walked in, and this is the only chamber I was able to even get to. And I couldn't even finish that. That's why we went to the third one. Ugh. If the goal of the game is just the 4 pillars, though, leading to something, I don't know. I don't know how we could possibly fill up that bookshelf with books. And then there's these things I have to keep remembering, like, these books have solutions. Apparently all these really obscure poems are solutions to stuff, and This it's definitely a different game for the series. I I honestly, thinking back, I honestly don't know that I finished this game. Maybe that's why I can't remember anything. Either that, or I just complete followed a walkthrough, and then I don't remember anything because I didn't have to think about anything. I didn't have to solve any of my own puzzles. Whatever the case, jeez. And just briefly looking, not to spoil anything, briefly looking at the walkthroughs, it implies that there's another version of this age, that there's a night isle, but that it actually belongs to another. It belongs to one of the missing people that was in the journal that guy talked about when he was talking about people missing. So, like, does each person get their own version of this, or what? I mean, I guess maybe since it's sort of the lobby for each individual player, that's how they determine that. I don't know. Anyway, there is a way. There is a way apparently to find the parallel age for this. I don't even know where, but I feel like I'm definitely going to have to rely on a walkthrough to finish this game. Some of this stuff is just. Although now that I know that not only are you looking for clues, but you're looking for the clues that are basically the space between the clues, because that's quite a leap, that in order to actually solve the puzzles of that last age, what you're actually looking for is the stuff that was missing. Like, God, that's talk about obscure. Okay, well, geez, I don't know. I guess I will swap over to Monster Hunter for just a little bit and try and fight some of the monsters I have not done. And I think I'm kind of at an end for Monster Hunter otherwise, because the story content should be done for the most part. But anyway, I will do that. So I'm gonna pause the stream for a minute, and we'll swap over.